Welcome you all once again to online class BA second year of Null English paper entitled as American Literature. My dear students, in previous some videos, lectures we discussed about history, background of American literatures, different periods in American literature. You might have been understood very well all the steps, the phases that we have in the history of American literature. We also discussed some important writers and their works in American literature. So far we uh, focused on the first unit, that is uh, background of American literature. Now in this video, you will learn about poetry section. As you know that I had sent you a PDF file of the whole syllabus, the contents of the syllabus. We have poetry section. Under poetry section, we have 3 poems. And today we are going to deal with one of them. Its it's titled as I Too. It is composed by a very well-known, famous American writer, poet, novelist, Langston Hughes. So we will learn it about the poem I Too. Let's switch over to the next slide. Before we deal with the text of the poem I Too, we will discuss about the poet who was Langston Hughes and what is his contribution in the history of American literature. Langston Hughes' life and work. He was an American poet, social activist, novelist, playwright, and he was born on the 1st February 1902 in USA, and he died on 22nd March 1964. My dear students, in this span of time, this American writer, playwright, poet, novelist, activist, he contributed a lot to the history of American literature. Here I would like to mention some poems, some work of Langston Hughes, and they are Montage of a Dream Deferred, Let America Be American Again, I Too. These are some famous poems. Throughout in his life, he composed, he wrote, he published 11 plays, 11 dramas, remember. Among his some famous notable works of art, The Negro Speaks of Rivers, Molebone, Harlem, Fine Cloth to Jew, Not Without Laughter, The Big Sea and the Very Blues. These are some famous uh, notable works of art composed by Langston Hughes. Initially, his childhood that he spent, it was very poor one. The financially he was not so strong, remember. But he was a great orator also. His talent was found by one lady, and then he got a job. He worked as a teacher also, but basically he was an activist. In his young age, he was observing the social situation which was existed in USA, because when he born, the previous history was that we can say a dark from his point of view. Social discriminations was so strong, though I think in 1861 or 65 onwards, A rebel was there in a way say, to get freedom. Actually, political freedom that they had, but the Americans, especially the Negroes, African Americans, they had not any kind of freedom, rights, etc. Next, switch over to the next slide. My dear students, I too, it is a very short verse poem composed by Hughes. It's a short verse. Short verse means which has not a rhymes. It is not that we can controlled by the rules and terms, etc. So it is free kind of verse. And this particular poem focuses on African American identity within the dominant white culture of the USA. In fact, this particular poem, not only Hughes, but all his contemporary writers, remember, especially in the Harlem Renaissance period, which was begun, I think, in 1920 to 30, etc. Remember, the Harlem Renaissance. It was the period in which the poets tried to expose, tried to portray the real picture of the society, the portrait of American racism. In order to understand this, the theme of this particular poem, we must need, we must have to know about the history of American racism. And then we will move towards the text of the poem. It is a very short poem. It consists of only, I think, 18 lines. In the next slide, I have a text also. You might have been heard American racism or the racism. How can we define the racism? Race. Racism is the discrimination of the people on the basis of caste, on the basis of religion, on the basis of um, the social systems, etc. So the discrimination was there. While talking about the history of American literature, I had told you that, in fact, when America was discovered by the European traveler, at that particular time, Red Indians were living there. And when it was found, when America was found, many people from European countries, especially the white people, they moved to America and they settled on the coastal area of America. I think it was the east side of America. They went there, they settled there. I'm talking about America, remember. In order to know the theme of the poem, we must know the background of this particular poem, the history of American country. When the European went there, they settled there. They brought African people in America. What is the reason behind bringing them? The reason was to make them their servants. They bought them to work in their house, in their shops, in their farms, etc. The physical work that we say, and that's why they brought there, and they started slowly to exploit the African Americans. Now the African people who came there, who settled there, they they were known as African American. They settled there. But what happens, remember? On the one side, white people who came from European countries, they were dominating in America. And these African people, African Americans, they would work in their house, in their farms, in their shops, etc., to clean their houses, to clean their toilets, etc., whatever it may be. Remember, whatever the ugly work was there, it was done by Africans. In fact, they made them their slave, Gulamgiri. And slowly, this system was spread throughout in the America. And when, though I think in 1775 or 74 or 75, something I forgot the exact the period, that the people fought against uh, the British rule to get freedom, because America was controlled, was ruled by British emperor. In 1775, America politically got independence. Politically. Now America is independent, sovereign country. There is no doubt absolutely. I am talking from political point of view. Politically, America got independent. Now America is free, independent country. But though they had got political freedom, but as far as the social situation in America is concerned, the people were discriminated, the people were divided into two groups, the white group and the black or the Negroes that we say. And this kind of discrimination was done on the basis of the skin, white skin and black skin. Remember, it is very important to know. We are moving towards the theme of the poem, remember. But before we touch the text, we are trying to know what kind of social discrimination was in America. So the people were discriminated, were divided into two groups on the basis of the race, that is the color, that is the skin, black and white. Dear students, in India also, the people were and are discriminated now on the basis of not color, but on the basis of caste and religion. The people are divided among different groups. That this particular group is of Hindu, this particular group is of Muslims, Bauds, Jains, etc. The people are discriminated. So it is the racism, the caste racism, the color racism. But in America, the racism was of, or it was based on color. African Americans, they were exploited. They became the slave of the world. They had not any kind of rights, freedom, remember. In fact, they were sold on the auctions. What kind of situation it was, remember, my student. These African Americans, they were sold as a slave, as an animals in the market. So the African Americans went through this particular situation. They had no rights, no, that they can't claim to have a right, social equality that we say. The social equality was not there. Politically, America got independent, but socially, the Americans were divided into two groups on the basis of racism. After getting independence, the many new writers emerged, and especially in the year between 1920 to 30, the Harlem Renaissance period emerged there. It was at the peak point. The moment Harlem Renaissance, it was at the peak point. It was at the height. During which time, during in its time, the poet tried to portray this particular social reality through their work of art, through their writings, through their poetry, through their novels, through their um, plays, etc. In order to put forth the fact to have rights, etc. And this particular poem is based on the discrimination on the basis of color, black and white. Black stands for African Americans and white stands for white people. There was a conflict between these two groups. One was trying to control other, and the other was trying to came out for this particular situation. So it was based on the color discrimination, racism that we said. So let's switch over to the next slide.